Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: if you could choose how you will die, how will you die? I choose my grandpa's death, slipping away quietly in my sleep after meeting my goals of making it to my 95th birthday bash and meeting my two newest great-grandchildren, with a last meal of homemade beef stew and a nightcap of really good scotch. I too choose this guy's grandpa's death. I thought their comment was leading into the old Will Rogers quip. When I die, I want to die like my grandfather who died peacefully in his sleep. Not screaming like all the passengers in his car. Skydiving. If I ever get a terminal illness, that's how I want to go out. Just staring into the sky until the end. The thing is, I want to fake my death a week before. That way, I can time my landing to be at my funeral. It might take some practice, but might be able to land right in the grave as everyone is standing around. Edit: I just got a helpful award. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like somebody wants to do this. I strongly suggest reconsidering or live streaming. I thought this was fucked up until I saw that you wanted to land inside the grave, therefore not bloodying anyone's suit or dress. Quite selfless of you. I forgot to mention the grave would have a trampoline. Being given an orgasm so powerful my soul leaves my body. I too pick Susu. You'd go down a legend, and once a month on Reddit someone will post your epic story to r/interesting-as-fuck. In my sleep when I'm 100. Hopefully having lived a good life. Do a Betty White. Become so epic that everyone is looking forward to your 100, then get to 99.9. Blue ball M all. Technically if you're rounding to the first decimal place she died at 100. She was 99.95. My fierce grandmother just died at 102, peacefully in her sleep. Her health had been slowly declining and she had just been put on hospice, but overall her death was peaceful after having lived such a long, enriched life. In a warm place with a pretty view and someone holding my hand as I go. Edit: thank you all for the upvotes and awards. This comment has a lot of meaning for me. Someone very important to me made a choice to leave while he was alone in a cold and dark place. I don't wish that on anyone. So I wanted to take this moment during one of my most upvoted Reddit comments to remind everyone that there is nothing wrong with needing help sometimes, and please be kind to yourself. This reminds me of that scene from The Good Place. Dude, don't mention The Good Place. I'm too busy today to spend an hour crying. I want to be hunted, you gotta earn my death. Just be aware I'm a terrible shot and you'll be bleeding out in the jungle from a lower leg wound for a few days. Sepsis. Wixutig, high on morphine, with no parachute. A glorious glide into death. Edit: guess this was a popular answer, haha, for all those saying I could do this, that's the plan. Just when I'm old and on my way out anyways. With a t-shirt that days splat. What did you day? Eaten by time-traveling space lizards, after first having my consciousness uploaded into their ship's computer for future holographic appearances on their home world. Oddly specific. Well, just in case they were logged on and saw the comment, so they'd not make too hasty a meal of me. Both my parents died in 2021. Dad went first. He was transported to a hospice house, a beautiful place in a beautiful forested setting where he was kept comfortable and attended by skilled RNs and a caring doctor until he passed in his sleep. A few months later, my mother went to the same place and died in a room across the hall from where Dad had passed. She too was kept comfortable and drifted away in her sleep. I can only hope that I will have similar circumstances. Both deaths were beautiful in their own way, peaceful and loving. And everyone needs to understand that these hospice houses are covered by Medicare in full if the person is going to die there. There's no charge to spend your final days in these caring places. Is there like a time limit on how soon you have to die? I'm not looking for hospice per selenium, it's just the housing market is really harsh RN and I'm already on Medicaid, so can I stick around for like 70 years? We can call it a miracle if it will help. Respite care is limited to 5 days, so yes, there is a time limit unless while you're there they come to the perception that you're going to die soon. My mother went in as a respite patient, but once they examined her they said she has somewhere between 5 and 14 days to live. They changed her status from respite to end of life. 5 days of respite, non-end of line, care is all that Medicare will pay for. After that it's $375 a day at this particular place. Normally people don't go there unless the end is near. Riding a shark, with 250 pounds of dynamite strapped to my chest, into the mouth of an active volcano. All that was ever retrieved was a pile of singed chest hair. Best part is they never found the body. What body would there be? Macho. I feel like I've heard this somewhere, HMM. I need my minions to figure it out. Dematerializing out of existence. For me, falling from a plane onto Rupert Murdoch. I don't feel too good, Mr. Stark. Crushed between the thickest of thighs, naturally. A true man of culture. Nude and of nitrogen asphyxiation. You're born naked, you die naked. You don't die naked. You do if you plan it right. I was going to say this. It's my preferred route, and only hope that I have the mental fortitude and physical capacity to do it when the time comes. Not so sure about being nude though, that's just weird. Nude is about controlling it. I feel like I should be in complete control of such an important part of my life. Death by Susu. It's actually quite common in real life, usually with elderly people who have heart conditions. You just made me imagine something that I will never forget. In my bed, at the age of 80 with a belly full of wine and a woman's mouth around my cock. I prefer the blooper. In my bed, at the age of 80 with a belly full of wine and a woman's cock in my mouth. To each their own. Quietly in my sleep like my grandpa. Not screaming in terror like the passengers in his car. I pray this is a joke. So were the passengers. This joke is older than cars. Or grandpa, for that matter. Nuclear explosion. It's instantaneous and you are vaporized before your nervous system even has time to react. Sounds like a great way to go if you're lucky. Not so great for everyone else though. I think it would depend on if you had prior warning. If there was a 10-minute alert before the missiles hit, I think the anxiety would be very unpleasant. Who said anything about missiles? I think the op was talking about standing next to a nuke out in the middle of nowhere. I wish I randomly explode in blood and guts while on live TV. It becomes #1 viral video of all times and no one ever figures out why and how Nipple Thief exploded. I become a legend. One of the world's greatest mysteries, forever unsolved. The exploding nipple thief. This one was my favorite read so far. I don't get to choose. Everyone in my family dies of cancer. Every single one. So, do I get to choose my cancer? It's like Pokemon. After you choose your cancer, the other cancer patient next door challenges you to a cancer battle. I have stage 4 cancer and I laughed so hard at this. Thanks for making me smile. BTW, cancer, so I choose you, Poopashu. I shouldn't have laughed. No, you get all of them. At the same time, final stage. Will they cancel each other out and make me immortal? Or perhaps I will just get a nice article in the medical books. I'm going selfish yet selfless, hear me out. I'm 115 YRS old, expecting to pass away in 20 minutes, happy life, able to say goodbye to everyone. All of a sudden a grenade rolls into the room. I jump on it heroic as shit, save everyone in the room. You're not going to be doing any jumping at 115. You said I could choose. In my sleep. Granted. You fall asleep after being tortured for several days. So peaceful. I wish euthanasia was an option. Like choose when you're ready. A bunch of European countries already have this option. I think the Netherlands, Denmark and Switzerland have been doing it for years. Yes, but I don't think people should have to fly to other countries. It should just be a universal right to go out with dignity. Just like my granddad. I want to spend my last days in my house, independent as always, have a normal sunny Saturday, and just head on out with a quick heart attack, which he thought was a burp that needed to be let out, lol. I miss that old man, he was so creative, hilarious, and intelligent. Which he thought was a burp that needed to be let out, lol. Maybe we just all have a limited amount of burps and when we reach that number we go. By being sacrificed to turn into a death goddess in a successful ritual. I like to be the sacrificed to the void instead, especially since the outsider was killed recently and there is a vacancy. countless centuries into the future surrounded by family and friends after I successfully helped humans become a multi-galaxy race. Now I wanna change my reply. If we developed the tech to restore my health and extended life expectancy to that degree in an awesome far future in space or on some distant planet or galaxy after some awesome space exploration, that would definitely be my #1. I'd still want my remains scattered at Disalad. Also, I don't want to be cremated. Whilst laying in bed reading Reddit when I stumble upon a rib-tickling post and my phone falls on my frontal lobe. I personally would like to die by having all my atoms simultaneously divide. If I'm dying, I'm bringing everyone else with me.